What's up, guys? It's Josh here from Inside Wrestling Truth. Sorry if my voice is kind of messed up. I come down with the cold. It was 103 in Kentucky the other day, and today it's 55. Sorry, but just bear with me. But tonight's video is Wrestling Memories in Louisville Part 4. I'm only going to put 2 events on here, but this is going to be the end of this series. But yeah, I've been to a whole lot of other wrestling events, but I'm just going to put 2 on here. I'll get to the other ones here in a little bit. But, another great wrestling memory that I have in Louisville is it was actually a WWF pay-per-view, Judgment Day 2000. I seen this in Freedom Hall as well. Really good pay-per-view, some really good matches on it. All a really good show. But it opened up with the Bulldog and Joey Abs, where the Bulldog actually beat Joey Abs. But they had been working a lot, had an angle going on. They actually worked at the SmackDown show that I had seen previous. They also worked again on that night. The Godfather beat D-Lo. They were they were always in a group together, and then they had actually turned on each other. And the Godfather would beat D'Lo Brown, and believe it or not, it was actually a pretty good match. I liked it. I thought it was good. We had a 6-man tag match. It was too cool. Brian Christopher, Scotty 2 Hotty, and Rikishi beat Kurt Angle, Edge, and Christian. That was a 6-man tag match. Too Cool, of course, won. Very good match. Very good for 6-man. Then we had the triple threat match for the European title. It was Eddie Guerrero versus Saturn versus Maven. If you remember Maven, he won the first ever Tough Enough, I believe it was. My brain's not working real right tonight, but I believe that's what it was. But yeah, really good match. Eddie Guerrero went over. Worked really good, with Saturn. It was actually a high-paced match between Saturn and Eddie Guerrero, and they just kind of threw Maven in there. But yeah, not a bad match, but I think if they would have put somebody in there besides Maven, it could have been one of the best matches on the night. That's how good Saturn and Eddie Guerrero worked each other. Other matches on that night were Shane McMahon and Big Show. Shane beat Big Show. It was actually a Falls Count Anywhere match, and it was a pretty good match. They were all over the arena, and Shane had help from, I want to say, maybe Triple H. I can't really remember. But yeah, Shane beat Big Show. Then we had the submission match for the Intercontinental Championship. It was Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. Best match of the night. Benoit won, but it was a hell of a match. Best match of the night to me. Well, not the best match. Second best match. Benoit and Jericho, of course, anytime they get together, it's going to be a great match. They can go. They were both young, Jericho could really wrestle, and Benoit had a point to prove. But really good match. Really good match. I really enjoyed it. Then we had We had Road Dogg and X-Pac versus the Dudleys. This is when the Dudleys first came to the WWF. X-Pac and Road Dogg would get the win. It was a good match as well. You know, all four guys worked really well together. You know, Road Dogg's more of an entertainer than the wrestler. X-Pac can wrestle his ass off, and you know what the Dudleys do when they're together. So it was a pretty good match. And then the main event of the night was an Iron Man match for the WWF Championship between Triple H and The Rock, which Triple H won. It was an Iron Man match. These guys went back and forth all night long. Incredible match after match after match. But in this evening, it was an Iron Man match. Triple H beat The Rock. Become WWE. He was WWE champion. Phenomenal match. Yeah, I just can't take nothing away from a young Rock and a young Triple H when they worked each other. You always knew it was going to be something good. But that was it for Judgment Day 2000. Now, in between this time, I didn't really go to too many more WWF events. I started watching independent wrestling, and I was actually watching the OVW, and I watched the OVW right as they signed. I had been watching them for a few years, but they signed with WWF, so I really went start watching them more. And you know, I seen guys like John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Shelton Benjamin, Brock Lesnar, Eugene, all these guys. I went to a lot of their shows back in the day. And you could even see Jim Cornette, Paul Heyman, Tommy Dreamer would be there training guys. And then I would go to OVW and I would keep going. And then they started stop making stars, man, when they got rid of Jim Cornette. If y'all know the real story behind the OVW, it was Jim Cornette hit Santino Marella in the mouth over a spot that Santino Marella wouldn't sell for the Boogeyman, and Boogeyman was actually going to not, from what I was told, the Boogeyman was actually going to hit Santino Marella in the mouth, and Jim Cornette did it, and they fired Jim Cornette. And OVW has been horrible ever since. I don't go to their shows anymore. There's like 6 or 7 independent shows in the area that are better than OVW. OVW is the training school for TNA. They're not making no stars. They don't do anything. They don't draw. I know a lot of people that ain't from the area don't know this, but OVW is just horrible now, man. It's really horrible. But then in 2009, I just figured I'd go to a Monday Night Raw again. It had been forever since I've been, and it was kind of a down show. It was a Raw, a SmackDown, and the ECW event all in one. But I'm just going to tell you the Raw because I don't really remember. It was the ECW SmackDown event was so bad that I don't even remember it. But some of the matches on Raw that night was Santino Marella. He beat Chavo. Carlito. And Primo, the Colognes. They beat Brian Kendrick and Goldust. The U.S. title MVP beat Matt Hardy, which was probably one of the best matches of the night. Then they had the 3-on-2 handicap match. The Legacy, Randy Orton with DiBiase and Rhodes. They would lose to John Cena and Batista, and this was when Ric Flair came back for a little bit in the WWE back in 2009, if you can remember. This was the night right after the pay-per-view. It Ric Flair got a huge pop, but the show was just not that good. Um, that's all of my wrestling memories in Louisville that I have for y'all. I did go to WrestleMania 8 when I was a child uh, in Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, but which was epic for me, you know. Um, I just remember being at WrestleMania 8 and Hogan and Sid's match, and Papa Shango coming out, and I remember the fucking roof belt blew off when the Warrior came out to help Hogan. But that was a great. It's the only WrestleMania I've ever been to because they're never in my area. Um, but yeah, that's all the wrestling memories in Louisville, guys. One thing I want to say, I want to give a shout out to Boston fan 79B1 for plugging me the other day. Give me some subscribers. That's real cool. That's a lot of respect. And if you get time, if you check out this video, go check out the Simon Says interview. It's really good. You'll like it. You know, find out some stories of CM Punk that you didn't know, and I'll have more interviews coming soon. But like I always say, people, get your money and pay your bills. Peace.